Does it happen to you that you speak English and suddenly you forget words and it's kind of difficult to maintain the rest of the conversation and to express yourself? No worries, it happens to me too. Sometimes when I record videos, I'm like, what I was supposed to say. So let's figure out today together how to avoid this kind of situations and how to deal with them. First exercise is so cool. Describe the word. Imagine that you talk to some native speaker or some other English language learner and suddenly you are like, oh my god, I forgot, what do I do? Don't worry, you can just describe it. Let's take this simple word as an example. Bedroom. Try to describe bedroom right now. Yes, it's your turn, you are speaking right now. I'm sure you did it well. Let me give you a sample explanation. Bedroom is a room in my home. There is a bed, there is closet when I store my clothes, and there is also a big TV, and usually I watch it just before going to sleep. And immediately your interlocutor knows what you meant. Now something a little bit more difficult and abstract word. For example, consciousness. If you know what is consciousness, describe it right now out loud. If you don't know, no worries. Okay, I'm sure you did it well. Sample description. Consciousness is a state of being aware of something. And that's it, your interlocutor knows already. You can do this exercise at home once you are learning English. You can, for example, have some simple words or even a little bit more complicated and just describe them out loud and prepare yourself for the future conversations. Quick reminder, don't translate from your native language. I know it's super natural and it's kind of obvious, especially at the beginning, that we translate. However, the key to the success is to think in English, alright? In my channel you can also find another video that I recorded, how to think in English. So after this video you can jump to the other one. Let's ask ourselves the question, why not translate? Because every language is different. So then once we translate, we just carry the structures from our language to English language, and we have mistakes such as I come back to home. In English you come back home, not to home. A lot of my students make that mistake and it's kind of normal, and of course nobody is gonna judge you for that kind of mistakes because it's not a big deal. But it's really good to be aware, to be conscious, right? Next tip is to paraphrase words, especially animals. This really cute animal and makes sounds such as meow meow, right? And your interlocutor immediately knows that you mean a cat. Or other nouns such as washing machine. Yes, it's a device that you put your clothes in, it makes sounds like and then the clothes are clean. So you can connect these two tips together. So paraphrase and describe at the same time. The next tip is strictly connected to the previous ones. Learn synonyms. However, this is more for process in advance. So remember to add learning synonyms to your daily routine. Instead of saying beautiful, or once you forgot how to say beautiful and how to describe something in a positive way, you can say that it's gorgeous, lovely, marvelous, and so on and so on. In addition, you're gonna boost your vocabulary, so you're gonna sound more advanced, you're gonna sound more natural, and your English is not gonna be so basic. English is this wonderful language that we can make up words. Make up means to create them, because English has a lot of compound nouns. Compound noun is like one noun, the other noun, and they are connected. For example, this is water, right? And the other word is fall, when something drops down. So waterfall is gonna be this. Or, as I mentioned before, bedroom. We have bed and we have room. So bedroom is a place that you sleep in. There are plenty of these words such as football, sunset, sunrise. What else comes to my mind? Sidewalk, for example. Yes, so you walk on the side of the road. That's why it's sidewalk. So logical, right? This tip is gonna be kind of obvious. Use your gesture, body language, and non-verbal communication. Sometimes you can just show the shape of something. Sometimes you can just express yourself in this way and they're gonna understand you. This tip can be especially useful once you travel. There are other people that are non-native speakers, maybe their English is kind of poor, so you can express with gestures and they're gonna understand you better. The last but absolutely not least, don't stress yourself and be honest. Ask and they're gonna understand you. Really, it works. I learn Spanish and sometimes when I talk to native speakers, I just say honestly, listen, I just forgot this word. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to express myself. And usually they smile, they are kind of positive and they try to help. They always try to help. They ask maybe more questions about the word that I wanted to express and they just help me. And this is how I learn. So I think that being honest and being just yourself is extremely helpful. And obviously I'm not saying that I'm not stressed. Sometimes I'm really, really stressed, but I think that when people see that you try to learn their language, they are kind of positive, you know, and they appreciate it. Next tips are going to be useful for the study process itself, and they're gonna teach you how to avoid these kind of situations in the future. So as I already mentioned, learning synonyms is super important. While learning synonyms, you can use thesaurus. Thesaurus is a dictionary of synonyms. So for example, you put the basic word good to the thesaurus, and then it shows you like thousands of synonyms that you can use and sound more advanced. Or the word beautiful, or like whatever word that you need is gonna give you some options. So as I already mentioned, it's gonna boost your vocabulary and your language is gonna be super complete with a lot of synonyms. If you are intermediate, and I'm sure you are if you understand this video, use monolingual dictionary. Monolingual dictionary is like English dictionary. You don't use your language and English, and this dictionary is gonna help you to think in English, alright? So this is one of the tips that I have in the previous video, that you have to switch your brain to English, not to your native language. So once you have some word and you read the definition in English, it's gonna work, I promise. Okay guys, that would be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Visit my social media, but before you go, I have some news for you. Check this out. Would you like to take your English to another level by having one-to-one meetings with me? I've created something especially for you. My 8 weeks program is going to change your life. You are going to sound natural, learn English in funny, creative way, using examples taken from real life. What's more, you are going to forget about memorizing boring grammar rules. So if you wish to start exploring the world with the practical knowledge of English, the link is in the description down below. Lots of love!